Good afternoon. What an honor it is to celebrate Ozark High School's graduating class of 2021. I would like to recognize several groups whom without their efforts this afternoon would not be possible. First, the Ozark Board of Education, seated behind me. Board President Tom Bass, Vice President Andy Hedgepeth, members Jeff Laney, Aaron Johns, Shane Nelson, and Sarah Orr. Member Patty Quisenberry was unable to be here today. Their vision for focusing on the success of each and every student is what sets Ozark School District apart. Also on stage with me this afternoon are Assistant Superintendent of Operations, Dr. Curtis Chesick, Assistant Superintendent of Learning, Dr. Craig Carson, and Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Chris Bauman, who you will hear from in a moment. Let's give our board members a round of applause for their service to our students. In my opinion, the Ozark High School faculty and staff are second to none. Their dedication and sacrifice day in and day out for our students is inspiring to witness. Due to capacity limits, not all of our staff could be here today. Those who could attend are seated behind our graduates. Would those who are here today please stand so you can be recognized? And finally, to our parents, grandparents, and guardians, you have raised a great group of young adults seated before us. We are truly blessed at Ozark to have a great community, great schools, and great students. Thank you for allowing us the honor of educating your children. If you had a hand in raising one of today's graduates, would you please stand at this time so we may recognize you? To the class of 2021, I am honored to announce that this afternoon, there are 429 of you who will receive your diploma. $129 of you are graduating with honors. $3.5 million is the amount of scholarship money issued to our graduates this year. $344, or 80% of the graduates, met the diploma and requirements. This means you leave Ozark High School not only with a diploma, but also with a foot forward on the next step of your post-high school journey. 22.1 is the ACT composite class average. 18 of you are Bright Flight graduates, which puts you in the top 3% of graduates in the state of Missouri. 37 of you earned the Work Keys National Career Readiness Certificate. And finally, the graduation rate for this class is 97%, which is well above the state and national average. Along this journey, the class of 2021 has accomplished many great things. Many of our students are wearing various cords and stoles. You can see the designations for each at the bottom of your program. At this time, I would like to recognize our students for their future endeavors. If you're attending a 2-year or 4-year college or university, please stand and be recognized at this time. If you are entering the workforce or starting your career, please stand and be recognized. And finally, with those students who plan on serving our country by joining the armed forces, please stand and be recognized. Graduates, one of the most bittersweet things I get to do each and every year as principal is give this portion of the commencement address. On the one hand, I get to tell you about how you've impacted Ozark High School during your time here. On the other, it will be the last time that we get to see you all together. At the end of a long and difficult year, dodging mass student quarantines, worrying more about health and safety protocols, and less about the daily relationships and how much fun it is to get to be around young people every day, I really struggled to find the words to bring to you today. That is until yesterday at graduation practice when I asked you for some help. One of you responded, "Tell us how much we have inspired you." And that comment made all the difference. If you look up the phrase world changer, one description you might find is someone who makes a difference in the life of others, even if it's for just a moment. When we interview potential new teachers, we ask a list of questions to every single candidate. And at the end, we always ask the candidates if they have any questions for us. And one of my favorite questions they ask is, what makes Ozark High School such a special place to work? And I always get a smile when they ask that question, especially if Dr. Gillespie is part of the interview committee, because he has an answer that is almost as awesome as that head of hair of his. He will say, what makes Ozark High School a special place is, I don't have to come to work every day. I get to come to work every day. And that answer says it all, graduates. That answer says it all. Never doubt your ability to change the world, even if it's for just one person, and even if it's for just a moment. Because I guarantee every one of you have made a difference at some point for one of the 167 staff members listed in the back of the program. And we just hope that we've done the same for you. Congratulations, graduates. At this time, please welcome Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Chris Baumann.
Going to make the podium superintendent height there. Dr. Brownfield, thank you. We appreciate those words. On behalf of the Ozark School Board and Ozark School District, I would like to congratulate those graduating here today. What a journey making it to graduation day it has been. A year ago, in June, the Ozark School District Administration began planning for the 2020-2021 school year. All the conditions in which normally we set up a new school year had changed entirely. It was tough to describe how fast information was changing from so many different authorities. As a team, we decided we wanted our students in our building, and our school board agreed. That was the best option for all of us. All of the staff did everything they could so that we could return to school in person as safely as possible. I will share a bit of information about this year's planning. My two daughters, Paige and Sophie, are graduates today. As a matter of fact, many staff members have children graduating today. So the pressure to get this right felt even more significant. As superintendent, I want the best and the safest school options that we have for all of our students, but I also wish that as a parent. So now, based on the work of many, we have made it to graduation day. I know not everything about this year was exactly as we would have liked, but overall, I believe we came as close to normal as we could. So parents and graduates, I would like to congratulate you on your hard work to make it through this last year. But you also have made it through the previous 12 years. Looking back at the journey of the last 13 years, you all have endured many challenges. On August 14th, 2008, this group of graduates entered kindergarten. Now, this is a challenging time for all involved, although I am most certainly sure it's harder on the parents than the child. However, we all know this is a necessary part of the school journey. So graduates, you move through your middle school and on to upper elementary. Once you arrived at the junior high, you probably thought you would never leave. This group spent 3 years at the junior high. As this group spent the time at the junior high, as the district worked through their construction projects, you might remember, I think it was having lunch in the lunchatorium, or maybe it was the gymateria. I can't remember exactly. But you moved to the high school building in 2018. And no matter how trying your journey to make it to the high school, you stayed the course and accomplished the task. Parents and family members, I would like to congratulate you and recognize you for the impact that you had on helping us arrive here today. I read an article in May of 2020 titled, "Most Encouraging Things to Say to Kids." Now, this article was specifically dealing with the pandemic, but I think the information has far more reaching impact. As I reflected on the lessons of the article, I realized just how much we, as parents, family members, and loved ones, teach our children. The article describes 4 critically essential topics children must learn to navigate through difficult times. The first lesson is we must always look on the bright side. No matter how bad it seems, the circumstances will always get better. Parents and family members, you have taught your children that nothing stays the same. Tough people never change, but tough times do. You gave your child something to look forward to and helped them be a stronger person because they endured the challenging times. Secondly, you taught your child to never give up. Always try again. In 1840, the educator Thomas Palmer published this proverb: "'Tis a lesson you should heed, try again. If at first you don't succeed, try again." You demonstrated this to your child, that the only true failure you can experience is when you quit. We are here today because we did not quit. Parents and family members, you taught your child to achieve at a high level, you must work through frustrations. Think about the first time you witnessed your child trying to attempt to put the square peg in the round hole. You watched your child become frustrated. They maybe even have thrown the block. You encouraged them to set aside that frustration and try again. Think of all the struggles of this year and how frustrating it had been. At times, we all wanted to quit, but you continued to encourage your child. You taught them that the difference between frustration as a roadblock versus a speed bump is the approach that you take. You take the frustrations head on, and you will have far more speed bumps in life than you will roadblocks. Parents, the 4th lesson you taught your children is to be brave. In The Lord of the Rings, J.R.R. Tolkien wrote, "It's a dangerous business going out your door." Can you think of any better example of the dangers of going out your door than this year? Now, being brave is not part of being fearless. It is moving forward despite fear. Parents, you have shown your children to be brave as you have been brave. And we are here today because we were brave enough to be. I want to thank you for teaching your children these 4 lessons. You have taught these graduates well. They have become young adults you had hoped that they would be, and I know each of you is beyond proud. Graduates, it's now your turn. And this is the part of the speech in which I must deliver that one profound statement that you will take into your adult life and transform you forever. No pressure, right? Okay. So, with that message I have for all of you, in writing the speech today, I did what every good educator does. I did a Google search for inspirational graduation speeches. Let me tell you, there are a plethora of inspirational graduation speeches out there. I spent a great deal of time listening to many of them. Some of the standouts were Steve Jobs' commencement speech at Stanford University in 2005, Arnold Schwarzenegger's speech at Emory University in 2010, J.K. Rowling's address at Harvard in 2008. These are outstanding speeches. However, my inspiration did not come from one of these speeches, yet it came from all of them. I realized the one thing a person needs to be successful is resilience. What is resilience? Allow me to paraphrase Webster. Resilience is our ability to adapt and bounce back when things don't go as planned. Resilient people don't dwell on failure. They acknowledge the situation, learn from their mistakes, and move forward. If being resilient is going to be such a profound impact on your life, I think the next logical question you should ask is, how do we get there? How do we become resilient? Well, let me tell you. You learn to be resilient by always looking on the bright side, knowing that tough times never last, but tough people do. You become resilient by never giving up, by trying and trying again. Resilient people never allow frustration to become roadblocks, but they push through and turn them into speed bumps. Lastly, resilient people are brave, never letting fear keep them from their dreams. So, my profound lesson to you today is this. Your parents have taught you everything you've needed to know to be successful. When difficult times come, remember to look on the bright side. When failure is at your door, never give up. When you are frustrated and want to walk away, push forward. Lastly, when you are afraid and want to quit, be brave and know that you are never alone. I hope that you take this lesson of resilience with you and go after your dreams. Pursue your passions and know to change the world, you first must believe you can. I am excited to see all the great things that you will achieve. Thank you and congratulations.
Well, guys, we finally did it. From the field days in elementary school to being the only grade in the junior high school for a year, to the football games and every evaluate test we ever took, we have made it here today. And whether you're ready or not, after you walk out of these doors, your life is going to forever change. As I have been an Ozark student for 13 years now, I couldn't help but think about the word legacy and what kind of legacy our class should leave behind. Whether you're choosing to pursue post-secondary education, join the military, attend a trade school, or take a gap year, we all have an impact that we can leave in one way or another, not just as a representative of yourself, but for Ozark. So today, I challenge you with this. If you want to make a difference in the world, the best legacy that you could leave behind is to be kind to others. Abraham Lincoln once said, "Kindness is the only service that will stand the storm of life and not wash out. It will wear well and it will be remembered long after the prism of politeness or the complexion of courtesy has faded away." Looking out at all of you, I know that each of you is capable of doing amazing things. And I think that all together, the class of 2021 can go out into the world and make a difference by simply taking a little time to be kind to others. High school may have been a wild ride for some of you, but the good news is that this is just the beginning, and you have the opportunity to impact someone else's life each day through acts of kindness. In 8th grade, I remember that I had the goal to say good morning to a guy in my first block class every morning because he always seemed to be in a bad mood coming to school. He would say things like, "I hate my life, this place sucks," or "it's too early," which, granted, are things we have all said at one point or another. But that year, I wanted to try and brighten the start of his day. So almost every morning, I would say, "Good morning, how are you today?" And in the beginning of the year, he would normally answer back things like, "I'm doing awful," or "it's too early." But as the year went on, I noticed that slowly, his attitude began to change each time that I asked him how he was doing. And eventually one morning, when he walked into class, he said, "Good morning, how are you today?" This small example not only made that person feel encouraged, but it brought me joy as well. I never got to have a class with that student again, but to this day, when we see each other in the halls, we both say good morning. And yes, I know that life is busy, but we are each only given one life to live. So as you go out into the world, be sure to take time to show kindness to others, even if it's just by simply saying good morning. Thank you.
I'm Lindsay Hudson.
And I'm Lillian Tate.
Thank you so much for this opportunity.
As some of you may know, the woman standing next to me is truly the closest friend I have ever had. We together have faced countless trials, tribulations, and triumphs. Lindsay and I, hand in hand, have stumbled fearlessly across 5 whole years of our life. Except before any of this, the woman standing next to me used to hate my guts.
It's true.
One day, she was glaring directly into my soul, and the next day, she still was. But it was in a friendly way.
Things change, and if they didn't, we would not be here speaking in front of you all today.
The class of 2021 are no strangers to change. We are practically the guinea pig generation of Ozark. From walking through snow and rain due to junior high renovations, being the first 9th graders at the junior high, and finishing junior year in our pajamas, we are basically best friends with change.
As fantastic as change can be, we unfortunately have drawn the shortest straw when it comes down to it. 2020 wasn't just hard, it was exhausting. It was painful, and it only got worse as the year went on. There is not a single person in this room who has not sacrificed something due to COVID-19. We lost jobs,
Family members,
work ethics,
and friendships.
there has been an obvious decline in mental health, strength, humanity, and hope. We have all changed.
I truly want to stand in front of all of you and offer my deepest, truest, and most sincere congratulations. Because through it all, one thing has stayed the same. We have consistently remained a class of champions.
Looking at the audience today, I am overwhelmed with love and pride I have for each and every one of you. You sit among a sea of greatness. You have broken records, you've won amazing competitions, and earned outstanding grades.
there's one force strong enough to defeat the clutches of challenge. It is perseverance. We were all struck by fear, tragedy, panic, and worst of all, online school. But you're here, you did it. And you did it. Life will push you down again. Challenge is going to strike you, and it will not be easy.
So do not leave here today without fearing change. Embrace it. Chances are you'll even make a friend along the way.
They tell me of a home far beyond the skies. They tell me of a home far away. And they tell me of a home where the storm clouds rise. Oh, they tell me of an unclouded day. Oh, the land of cloudless skies. Oh, the land of an unclouded sky. Oh, they tell me of a home where no storm clouds rise. Oh, they tell me of an unclouded day. They tell me of a home. They tell me of a home. They tell me of a home where my friends have gone. They tell me of a land far away, where the tree of life and eternal blue sheds its fragrance through the unclouded day. Oh, the land of cloudless skies. Oh, the land of an unclouded sky. Oh, they tell me of a home where no storm clouds rise. Oh, they tell me of an unclouded day. They tell me of a king in his beauty then. They tell me that mine eyes shall behold. When he sheds on the clouds that is set in the sea, the city that is made of unclouded sky. Oh, they tell me of a home where no storm clouds rise. Oh, they tell me of an unclouded day. Oh, the land of cloudless days, unclouded sky. Oh, they tell me of a home where no storm clouds rise. Oh, they tell me of an unclouded day.
In life, there are many milestones that you look forward to as a child. Everyone strives for that picture-perfect moment with their graduation cap in the air. The excitement of this spectacular day has left us all waiting for the moment that we're in right now. Countless hours preparing for that final walk that bridges us from high school students to high school graduates. As I reflected over the last 4 years of my life, as I'm sure many of you have recently, I have been hit with the realization that this chapter of our lives is in its final hours. As I look out, I can see so many people who have achieved remarkable things over the past 4 years, and many that I'm proud to have made memories with. I believe that all of us in the class of 2021 have been able to perform not only academically, but also through our ability to take what we are given and make the best of it. Though we have all had our own unique difficulties to overcome to get here, I think that it is important for you to appreciate each one of your victories and to not forget that you carried yourself here. The amount of perseverance that I've witnessed among my classmates is quite incredible. It is my hope that we all carry this level of greatness into our next chapter. While our opportunity has been great, our success has been greater. World-famous painter Vincent van Gogh once said, "If you hear a voice within you say you cannot paint, then by all means paint, and that voice will be silenced." Regardless of backgrounds or circumstances, we as a class have prevailed in historic ways. With all of the seemingly impossible odds stacked against us, we came out on the other side as a united group of individuals with the world at our feet. With our heads high, we can say that we successfully completed a school year that was unorthodox, to say the least. I wish to remind you that as you leave here today, remember that rather than worrying about this so-called future, let it resonate with you that your next extraordinary achievement is yet to come. The place in which we came from will remain the same, but the places that we go will be much different, with curiosity and the strive for greatness embedded in each one of us.
Hello, my name is McKenna Rhodes, and this is Katie Marshall. While giving a commencement speech to the 2005 graduating class at Kenyon College, American author David Foster Wallace told a short story about a couple of fish. The story goes, there are these two young fish swimming along, and they happen to meet an older fish who nods at them and says, "Morning, boys. How's the water?" And the two young fish swim on for a bit, and eventually one of them looks over at the other and says, "What the heck is water?" Wallace says that the point to this story is that the most obvious important realities are often the ones that are hardest to see and talk about.
In 2005, while many of us were still learning how to walk and say our own names, Wallace spoke to a bunch of kids who were in the very same situation we find ourselves in now.
This fall, many of us will be heading right back to school in search of some type of a degree from a 2-year or 4-year college. Others of us will pursue a trade school to get direct, hands-on experience for a specific career. To our peers who will be joining the military and making a great sacrifice for this country, I'd like to say thank you in advance. And a few of us may even be taking a gap year or immediately joining the workforce.
As we prepare to start our lives in the next few months, the road will look different for each and every one of us. But I believe that it is crucial that we keep these obvious important realities that Wallace was talking about in mind. These realities are so hard to see and talk about because when we start our lives, we fall into a routine, which causes us to become bored or frustrated with the world and miss everything around us. However, as the class of 2021, we have lived many of the past 13 years of school out of a routine.
In 7th grade, the junior high administrators sat us down and had a talk with our whole class about how we should be doing better with both our grades and our behavior.
In 8th grade, it is us who spend an entire year by ourselves at the junior high while enduring the construction and renovation of the school.
In 9th grade, we were the first class to ever complete our freshman year in a different building than the other high schoolers.
In 11th grade, the world flipped upside down, and us, along with the rest of Ozark, had to overcome schooling from home.
And finally, 12th grade, as seniors, we've had to deal with the continued struggles of quarantine, a very different classroom atmosphere, and unfortunately, missing out on some fun traditions that many classes have gotten to participate in the past.
When we allow ourselves to focus on the negatives of each of these scenarios, we are like the young fish swimming through life, completely ignoring all the water around us.
Here's what I see in the water around us. I see a 7th grade class that is full of potential, and I see a staff that cares so much about us they are willing to sit us down and tell us what we are capable of.
I see an 8th grade class that spent 2 semesters walking outside in the rain and snow and had an entire year to grow closer without the distractions of older or younger kids around us.
I see a 9th grade class who got the chance to be top dogs as freshmen and have an extra year to mature before we were thrown into the giant sea of fish at the high school.
I see an 11th grade class who had nearly an entire semester of school at home and the opportunity to spend time with families, try out new hobbies, and thankfully not have to take EOCs in government.
Finally, I see a 12th grade class who came back to school after being home for such a long time, eager to learn and ready to reconnect with our peers and teachers. Throughout all of our years, we have found that one of our strongest assets is each other. The times when our teams lost on our home field, when our seasons ended sooner than they should have, when we failed that one test back in 8th grade, or we got soaking wet walking from building to building just trying to make it to science class on time.
But the times when we lost were also the games we learned we can rely on our teammates, that the kids in the crowds would have our back, win or loss. That one test we failed, 15 other kids did too. Thank God for that square root curve. And that year we had to walk outside, created repeated belly flops and puddles, and stories to tell for years and years to come.
This year held some of the happiest and saddest moments of our lives. We learned how important it is to be by ourselves, and we learned how important it is to be with others. We've become stronger, better versions of ourselves.
We have reached the long line of hardships, endless nights studying, staying up till 2, 3 a.m. just to finish that paper. Difficult classes we had to force ourselves to attend. But just like anything else, the hardships can't even come close to the moments filled with love and joy. The football games we stood at, cheering on our teams. The roses we threw after watching our theater department put on an amazing show. The dances we attended and the papers we got back with an A written at the top. All small victories that led us to today, 13 years in the making.
And although it's been tough, I couldn't be more thankful that we, as the class of 2021, never quite found a routine to fall into. When we all go our separate ways, I want us to remember our time here together at Ozark. The class of 2021 is still a class full of potential, and I know that we're just getting started. So, Tigers, as we start our lives, I encourage all of us to see and acknowledge the difficult realities that are in front of us. Or in other words, I encourage all of us to be the fish that see everything in the water around them.
Thank you. I'll take this back.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives Ozark High School great pleasure to present the senior class of 2021. These students have completed the necessary requirements prescribed by the local Board of Education and the Missouri Department of Education.
Riley Clayton Newsom.
Ethan Taylor Pritchard.
Clayton Daniel Moisen.
Thomas Len Rushing.
Andrew Kinney.
Cannon Carter Cox.
Caden Michael Lofton.
Logan Wayne Baldwin.
Lori Beth Shane Ondalo.
Adam James Hofer.
Harper Allen Kissee.
Jacob Stephen Wofford.
David James Hauser.
Ashton Lee Isbell.
Tyler Joseph Kane Boland.
Chloe Ann Garrison.
Kyle Timothy Flavin.
Athena Marie Andrews.
Colton David Castile.
Tyler Blake Milton.
Garrett Wayne Dotson.
Christopher Elliott Miller.
Paulina Jen Karagotten Grounds.
Alyssa Joe Michelle Short.
Heather Lee McConnell.
Elena Rose Sellens.
Liberty Day Todd.
Blaine Jackson Klein.
Allison Ray Wallace.
Emily Rose Rice.
Serena Deanne Jackson.
Liliana Marie Koffer.
Keaton Wade Stutzman.
Mackenzie Lauren Freeman.
Ethan Michael Middleton.
Olivia Jean Suter.
Jaden Reese Wolf.
Jenna Louise Gilman.
Britannia Nora Shalom Blocker.
Elliot Blake Godwin.
Ashley Michelle Stickman.
Hunter J. Tennyson.
Jose Eduardo Larios.
Connor Brandon Annette.
Seth Edward King.
Kaylee Jones.
Keegan Austin Allen Pruitt.
Aaron Daniel Terry.
Seth Thomas Scoggins.
Cheyenne Marie Robinson.
Brianna Marie Pointer.
Samantha Grace Maggard.
Natalie Elizabeth St. John.
Bridget Renee Sartain.
Sasha Lee Samsonak.
Faith Nicole Watson.
Caleb Scott Casto.
Kinsey Brooke McAllister.
Holden Carl Saber.
Eleanor Catherine Scott.
Holton Dale Miller.
Marina Kozlov.
Caleb William Crestman.
Paige Nicole Christina.
I blew it. I said her name wrong.
Mackenzie Dakota McElravy.
Savannah Elizabeth Eisman.
Mark Allen Overton III.
Savannah Grace Goodwin.
Toxie Slade Pelate.
Isabella K. Powell.
Wyatt Michael Shattuck.
Brooke Noel Cedarwall.
Zachary Brian Melton.
Mallory Jane Brown.
Karen Stefania Clavijo Fajardo.
Caden Walker Bowling.
Tyler Vernon Stiles.
Chaz Vernon Smith.
JC Renee Loving.
Emily Renee Jackson.
Nathaniel Scott Barber.
Joshua Luke Dean.
Ryan Scott Voss.
Madison Brooke Jones.
Bree Allen Bonwell.
Braxton Allen Chavis.
Tristan Alexander Beatty.
Corey Allen Chadwick.
Kaylee Renee Noriega.
Asher Vance Taylor.
Jaden Stoltz.
Braden James Dunlap.
Kayla Mackenzie Edge.
Crystal Lynn Charity.
Ethan Hawk Bash.
Audrey Laub.
Jeremy Hunter Bash.
Cassie Lorraine Atkinson.
Quentin Anthony Verbert.
Bailey Michelle Williams.
Mateo Angel Herrera Jr.
Tiffany Grace Nichols.
John Cooper Heim.
Emma Reese Cluth.
Nathan Ogburn.
Lakin Mahala Cox.
Nicholas Brannon Barber.
Amelia Lynn Howe.
Madison Jane Spees.
Madison Lijuen Torville.
Reagan Ann Dickinson.
Tanner Swanson Church.
Morgan Alyssa Labarge.
Kai Alexander Andrews.
Abby Gail Riley.
Talia Rin Bailey.
Riley Renee Rodas.
Sophia Marie Bauman.
Elizabeth Grace Freeman.
Paige Elizabeth Bauman.
Jaden Inda Farr.
Madison Nicole Dean.
Emily Elizabeth McCullough.
Kylie Ann Morrison.
Jasmine Lorraine Spetch.
Mishika Dawn Pentecost.
Allison Nicole Yates.
Mackenzie Ann Milliken.
Lily Ann Wright.
Ryan Ellis Wade.
Lena D. Pork.
Cole Dalton Jensen.
Melissa Peralta Sanchez.
McKenna Catherine Rhodes.
Dylan O'Hara.
Madison Faith Gabrielle Satterley.
Shane Lowell Roussel.
Abigail Grace Hammonds.
Olivia Pearl Rotan.
Caitlin Danielle Marshall.
Chase Ray Tuck.
Grace Renee Mulder.
Hallie Marie Glossop.
Catherine Ann Wells.
Zachariah James Kennedy.
Madison Denise Malier.
Danielle Rose Ward.
Jalen Michael Weston.
Timothy Kukta.
Riley Austin Mills.
Yulizaveta Kukta.
Devin Edward Teed.
Cooper Wayne Johnson.
Dylan Scott Keller.
Preston Nathaniel Webster.
Aiden William Thompson.
Zoe Beth Perkins.
Logan Jade Hamilton.
Elijah Christopher Williams.
Chloe Joe Perkins.
Gage Lee Lawson.
Shaylin Nicole Fuller.
What's the L sound?
Anthony Dale Gimlin.
L?
Tyler Lee Merchant.
Sean Patrick Reagan. Jacob Daniel Priest.
Reed Thomas Wilson.
Joel Ivan Massey.
Mackenzie Lynn Wilson.
Kayla Maria Doyle.
Austin Michael Felton.
Jaron Charles Pipke.
Mason Alexander Holland.
Braden Seth Davis.
Gavin Lane Reese.
Dakota Dayon Kazir.
Mackenzie Hope Richardson.
Braxton Edward Leverett.
Hannah Grace Hall.
Cameron Dylan Taylor.
Violet V. Spence.
Brady Kellen Perkins.
Ashley Renee Iser.
Jose Armando Trujillo II.
Braden Glenn Mooney.
Jordan Michael Hurst.
Ethan James Morgan.
Jacob Nation.
Jacob McGonigal.
Erica Lorraine Holmes.
Mackenzie Nell Lineber.
Alexis Dawn Blazik.
Calvin Ferris Wheeler.
Tatum Grace Weeder.
Victoria Catherine Lee Bennett.
Annabelle Calvanese.
Rory Elizabeth Dorman.
Lucas James Young.
Brooke Allison Guccione.
Kyle Michael Flatham.
Caden Madison Bench.
Ella Marie Cruz.
Bryant Wayne Calloway.
Elijah Matthew Maskrod.
Alexa Lene Matthews.
Caden Joshua Schuler.
Addison Claire Reynolds.
Dylan Tyler Holzapple.
Ashlyn Lucille DeWitt.
Lauren Ray Bryce.
Teresa Faith Grigg.
Samantha Grace Clayschulte.
Logan Conrad Body.
Novalee Paige Nelson.
Luke Samuel Kaufelt.
Hannah Audrey Tadlock.
Ida Anderson.
Anya K. Duvall.
Brett Thomas Meyer.
Cassandra Madison Flint.
Morgan Lee Taylor.
Jarrett Newman Schaefer.
Mason Quinn Waltke.
Ariana Gabrielle Rodriguez.
Aaron Frederick Tomchek.
Garrett Alexander Coggin.
Caleb Jackson Berg. Marcus Jacob Ensley.
Dominic Lane Zitsky.
Nathan Thomas Bohannon.
Trenton Lane Crisp.
Zion Joel Holcomb.
Garrett Allen Painter.
Max A. Prokosev.
Eric Marshall Pruitt.
Alyssa Savage.
Chloe Louise Lamb.
Draven Lee Rothermel.
Phoenix Damon Myers.
Brianna Marie Lastly.
Alexis Catherine Thaman.
Alice Sky Dean.
Chase Andrew Wilson.
Watch this.
Kola Po'okela David Tabuya.
Emma Grace Bassett.
Nathan Michael Thrasher.
Lauren Elizabeth Ferguson.
Max Markov.
I messed it up.
Emily Christine Cobb.
Preston James Maddox.
Hattie Mae DePay.
Elijah Alexander Cook.
Alexis Lane Williams.
Emily Nicole Scott.
Stephen Michael Jack Burge II.
Nathan James Daniels.
Logan James Reichert.
Caitlin Anna Van Sweden.
Taylor Nicole Childers.
Lillian Francis Tate.
Olivia Grace Thompson.
Lindsay Grace Hudson.
Natalie Ann Cargill.
Kylie Marie Graham.
Juliana Aida Lopez.
Gimlin.
Clayton Amos Gimlin.
Camden Ryan Freeman.
Michaela Rose Harris.
Logan Scott Tate.
Michael Gavin Browning.
Zachary Fletcher Schrock.
Mary Moore.
John Ryan Goins.
Stevie Elizabeth Kennedy.
Sophie Marie Lipchick.
McCartney Louise Bess.
Riley Alicia Haskins.
Jaylee Nicole Schooling.
Lainey Danielle Dobeck.
Ashley Michelle Coonrod.
Thomas Evan Rogers.
Kaya Lane Shoemaker.
Savannah Joyce Hearn.
Annabelle Ray Gentry.
Abigail Page Fott.
Ethan Richard Perry.
Katie Elizabeth Brandstetter.
Calvin Scott Rice.
Tori Jane Freeman.
Georgia Elaine Frazier.
Cameron Peter Lee DeWitt.
Kenley Nicole Heiger.
Alexander Jackson Brooks.
Elliot Charles Townsend.
Jasmine Lynn Arvida Morton.
Caleb Cypret.
Ashley Driscoll.
Ayo Abidayo Oyedeji.
Riley Jameson Shelton.
Jacob Elijah Holcomb.
Ashley Taylor Shivitz.
Brent Robert Baxter.
Skylar Jean Strain.
Andrew Philip Pate.
Ryder Chera.
Jake Kentwood Harder.
Alexis Dawn Hooper.
Samantha Marie Raymond.
Elijah Edward Spartan.
Gannon Eli Mabry.
Seth Ray Markle.
Kaylee Marie Higgins.
Jillian Kaylee Lynn Bloom.
James Dean Adams.
Alexa Jewel Long.
Destin Lee Roberts.
Wyatt William Baird.
Abigail Lynn Hobson.
Evan Christopher Taylor.
Austin John Douglas Krupstad.
Brian Edward Blackburn.
Adriana Marie Beebe.
Alexander Gabriel Dyke.
Taryn Nicole Plosser.
Micah Parker Lepant.
Erica Kolochuk.
Liana Deraventia.
Cole Alexander Pickering.
Aurora Kathleen Munoz.
Leighton Scott Jameson.
Kylie Renee Ward.
Bryson James Bruni.
Amanda Nicole Masella.
Alexandria Michelle Scott.
Haley Francis Burnett.
Alexander Daniel Pirtle.
Brady Eric Goss.
Daniel Longoria.
Clinton Roosevelt Quirk.
Ethan Joseph Moore.
Seth Michael Allen Russum.
Kanan Andrew Biganowski.
Ethan Holmes.
Owen Michael Harris.
Trenton Ray Elkins.
Marissa Louise Youngblood.
Walker Jordan Hammond.
Jaden Dale Lane Underwood.
Wyatt Lane Didwitty.
Mark Sabatin.
Jaden Dalton Wheater.
Daniel Pavlovich Lutzik.
Alexis Ann Durham.
Giesler.
Benjamin Russell Hainline.
Zachary Charles Giesler.
Christopher Patrick Glenn.
Bradley Tyler Godown.
Isabella Nicole Clemens.
Josie Abigail Lasley.
Cody Lee Stillwell.
Madison Ann Carson.
Wait. Hannah Marie Holstein.
Ryan Christian Ellis.
Kira Rochelle Carpenter.
Garrett Richard Ellis.
Isabella Annalise Von Becker.
Alexis Grace Bowman.
Tristan Robert Primenzon. At this time, would all seniors please stand? It is with great pride we present the graduates of 2021. Congratulations, seniors.